we're doing a little bit of a build series on all of our different cabinets. We've had a lot of requests for the Lazy Susans especially. So today's going to be a Lazy Susan. This will be a 33 to be exact, what I have kind of spread out here already. But the 33s and the 36s will be the exact same build. The only difference will be 3 inches, so a 33 to a 36. One thing to keep in mind though with ours is you'll notice the face frames are going to be just a little bit different. So one side will have a notch, one side will not. This is very important to get right from the beginning because your notch side will be the hinge side, which is the side that it'll open up. So you'll have to make that distinction before you start building it. So whether it's going to be a hinge left or a hinge right. If it's a hinge left, this will look just like this right here. If it's a hinge right, this would flip over and be on the other side. So we'll kind of get going through that. Today we're going to build a Lazy Susan 33 hinge left for one of our customers, and we'll get started right now. So to start, we're going to take our 2 face frames. I'll get these boxes opened up. We'll get our face frame screws out, and then by placing a screw on the top and the bottom through here into here, we will get started with securing our Lazy Susan face frame together, as well as one dowel on the face frames. In the bag, you'll have multiple screws. You'll have some silver, some gold, and some black. The black ones, you'll even have 2 different sizes. For the face frames on the Lazy Susan, we're going to use the longer, thinner, so the skinny, long black screws to screw through the face frame from one into the other on the top and on the bottom. As well as we're going to be using the 2 dowel pins that are also sent in the kit. These will press into the face frame on the top side and on the bottom side. And from there, we'll tap those guys in, put our face frame together, and get the screws through there. Using our long screws now, we'll run our screws through the screw holes on the face frame, just securing and holding the face frame together. Alrighty, now that we have our face frame together, now will be that kind of crucial time to understand which way your hinge is supposed to go on your Lazy Susan. So typically, you'll want it opening up either to the left or to the right. There's some instances where it doesn't matter, it's whatever's more practical for you in your kitchen space. But sometimes it is pretty crucial to have it open, to the left or the right. So you want to make sure you build it with that hinge swing in mind. Right now, if we were to put our panels in and our toe kick was down here, you'd be looking at a hinge right cabinet. So what we'll need to do is we'll need to flip it this way to have our hinges on the left side, with the top of our cabinet being this portion here. So our toe kick panels need to go down here. So that's what we'll do. your left back side panel on. We also have the back panel and the right back side panel. So we'll get started on those. Alrighty, so you can see that we have a slight angle cut on both sides. So this back panel will sit into here. So it's really nice because when you're building it like this by yourself, it'll be able to hold this back panel at least. We don't have any brackets on these 3 panels right now, but we'll be able to get our brackets in there, firm everything up. We do have a little bit of glue in here. We will have 3 screws from the side panel to the back side panel on each side. We'll also have 3 screws from the back side panel to the actual back along here. We'll also put some brackets on the bottom side. Again, I'll put a picture in of that when we get that done. We do have a support going across here. We have a couple corner brackets for up front, and we're off to the races right now, so it shouldn't be too much longer, and we'll have this guy actually all wrapped up. Just to give you guys a quick reference, this is the difference in screws that I was referring to earlier. So we have a much longer screw here. That'll be for the face frame. We have this screw here, it's a little bit shorter, and that's going to be for all the connections I just talked about. So you have 3, 3, 3, 3. So in total, you have 6 on this side, 6 on that side, so a total of 12. So we'll start placing these screws through the pre-drilled holes into the cabinet, and then we'll be on to the interior brackets, the bottom side brackets, and be good to go. Alrighty, now we have all 12 screws placed in, so this guy's pretty solid right now. But what we're gonna get done now is we're gonna get our corner brackets in up top. That'll really start to solidify the exterior shell here once we start getting our corner brackets in. We can get our cross support piece in, but before we do that, we will wanna get our shelf installed. So we'll do that absolutely last. Now we're installing the white corner brackets. We'll install one here, and one here. You will have 4. That's just the standard production method. We told our manufacturer that every cabinet we want 4 to come in. So they do come with the Lazy Susans, but with the Lazy Susan, you will have that cross support piece right here. So there's not a spot for the 4th one, but on this cabinet, there will be spots for all 3. 3 of the 4, I should say. We are gonna use the gold screws as well. This is our current design. The new design will be exactly the same. However, instead of running the cross support this way, we're optimizing and utilizing the channel from the reversible face frame. We'll be running it from the front to the back instead of side to side. So you will have a location where you can put that other white bracket. That way you can still use all 4 of them. It's just right now we do have this side to side bar in here. We will be, like I said, moving, but for right now, you have the side to side, so you will not have room for that 4th bracket. Now we're going to install the cabinet's toe kick. Basically, you'll have 2 white on one side, or finished, pieces of wood. The only real distinction of anything you'll know is you'll see 2 pre-drilled holes. So that will be the large piece. You'll take those guys and put them like this to create a small teepee. You'll put a black screw, so we'll use one of our black screws, go through each hole, so through here, into here, and then we'll use brown brackets to connect it to the bottom of the toe kick. I'll get this screwed together, then I'll show you guys this quick little video on the what the bottom side looks like. Hey guys, so now I'm at the bottom side of the cabinet before toe kick or anything like that, just so you guys can take a quick look and see where the brackets are at. So we have our bottom floor here. We have our one bracket corner, so connecting the side panel to the floor. We have one from the floor to the face frame here. And then we also have one right here. So this will be the side panel here, or the bottom panel, sorry, connected to this side panel. So everything's mechanically connected. We'll also be adding a toe kick in here. So the toe kick will come up and down. That bracket will have a toe kick, or we'll have a bracket on the toe kick here, and then one also connected to the frame. That way that toe kick is basically fully secured and won't wiggle around or wobble on you. Alrighty, now that we have this completed here, we'll stand it upright and we can start working on the interior. Alrighty, now that we have the cabinet stood up, from here, what we would end up doing is dropping our shelf in, setting that to the floor, then we'll set our cross support in, 2 screws through the top of the cross support. On each side, we'll use the black screws, and then basically adhering the door or putting the door on with the hinges, and then we'd be all set. In this instance, I am going to put the door on, but what we end up usually doing is the spinners do not come installed from us, just for weight, trying to get this aligned to the cabinet, trying to move it when you're installing the cabinet, weight aspect, and then also just preference on where that spinner sits inside the cabinet. Okay guys, you guys can see the assembly of the hinges here. So we do have one side of the door will have 2 sets of hinge holes, 1 pocket drilled hole and 1 double set of holes. And then the other door will have nothing on one side and a pocket drill hole with 2 screws on the other side. So we'll get our door installed now. Now that we have this will go to the face frame of the cabinet. These are fully adjustable, so we do have adjustments throughout. I'm going to get this screw set to the halfway position, and then we'll get the door on. Everybody prefers to hang their door a little bit differently. Some will like to hang the hinges first, screw the hinges. These are removable clips, so you can pop these off, set your hinges. Sometimes I like to do it all in one go. That way you have your door aligned when you're screwing it in. From here, we'll put our bumpers on. So we like to put one bumper on the inside door, so inside to the hinge, inside door, outer corners, and then one on the outer door, outer corners. And of course, after touching the hinges, your fingers will be a bit dirty, so you'll want to clean the door up just from cleaning and hanging the door. So we'll get the door cleaned up. We can always go through and align it, so that middle screw that we aligned, I just aligned it roughly to get the door on. We'll need to bring this door over. We'll need to bring these 2 doors in. So those are some small adjustments I can show you guys as well in a video that I will do on top of this one. So this is just the assembly of the cabinet. I'll do a quick little video on the actual adjustments of the doors, and then from there I'll also have a video on the shelf or the spinner installation. Really, besides here, we're just going to be taking our top piece of wood. We'll be laying it in the actual cabinet like that. So going from shelf bracket, wood shelf bracket to wood shelf bracket. You'll take a couple of the extra black screws. We'll screw that down, and that will give us some side-to-side support. Again, if you have the one that goes from front to back, it will just sit inside this groove and then push basically into the back panel here. And you'll screw it again with the black screws. So we can get this screwed together, but I am going to be making a video on spinner installation on the Lazy Susans, or on the ERBs to make them a Lazy Susan. So I'm going to hold off on that step just for a second. Thank you guys, and stay tuned, and you'll see these videos shortly. Thanks, bye.